I'm going to use the Grizzly Grip. This is my first experience with this. It came with these gloves. Apparently this stuff is horribly stinky. We are outside, so hopefully I don't have to get a respirator, but we'll see. Okay. All right. And now I am told we should just pour it out. I did get a 10-inch tape knife because I saw on some YouTube videos that this is the best way to kind of spread it before you roll it. So let's see what happens. Oh, I just added a broom handle. You can see these areas here that look like they didn't get touched. They did, but those are the areas where the foam pulled off a little bit more, and I didn't Bondo them because it was just so light. But this is my first layer. I'm hoping that the second layer will go on much thicker, and you know, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. But so far it's looking pretty good. I kind of thought this area over here around these brackets was going to be tricky, but essentially I just kind of painted over them. That way I was able to get all around them. So far so good. It's not as nice as I'd like it to be, but it's the first coat. So we'll see what happens. This roller has not shed. It is a 9-inch, this one here. Wooster Pro Shed Resistant Knit 3/8" nap. I'm almost done with this first coat. This thing hasn't shed at all. On the other hand, I did use a 4-inch roller. I tried to, and it immediately was shedding. And I didn't have any different ones to try, so that's this one here. Didn't work as well. And honestly, I didn't need the 4-inch roller. I thought I would need it for like these little grooves and for the sides, but this 9-inch roller is doing awesome. So I'm just gonna stick with it. And then as far as this groove here, I'm pouring it directly in the groove and then kind of just, you'll see here. Just kind of it does tack up pretty quick, so that's why I'm working in quadrants on this camper roof. Alright folks, I got my second coat done. I didn't really take any video of it. I just did the same thing I did on the first one. I started in that corner, then moved here, and then I actually did that corner and then this one, because this one I put a huge coat, like really thick coat on the first time, and it was still like a little bit tacky. So but I did wait 3 hours between coats, and it's looking super good. Now they gave me 9 quarts because I have 113 square feet including the sides, and 1 gallon covers 55 square feet. So I needed 2 gallons and a quart. I only used 5 quarts for both coats. So I still have 4 quarts left. So I am gonna put a 3rd coat on this tomorrow. You know, I just pour directly in those grooves and directly on here, kind of let it roll down the sides and then just keep at it with the roller. But it is really looking nice, and I really hope this holds up. My third coat of Grizzly Grip is on, and it's drying, and it looks really nice. One thing I wanted to point out is anywhere where the foam pulls up a little bit on the sides, it's definitely going to show even after you have all your Grizzly Grip on. Whereas on the top, it's going to show too, but on the top, you know, you can put a super thick layer down and kind of let it sit. Like roll it very lightly over those areas. Whereas you really can't do that on the side because it's just gonna drip. So just FYI, I mean, I'm still totally thrilled with how this looks. It looks fantastic. But if you're really worried about all the little imperfections, I would focus the bondoing and smoothing out of your imperfections on the sides, maybe with a little bit more effort than on the top. Although, obviously you want to do everything. See this spot right here? That is from the 2-inch knife that we were using to pull up the ABS. We were having such a hard time on the end here, and we were kind of doing this, and it was really, you know, going into the foam. I didn't notice this until after I had finished bondoing, and I was completely out of Bondo. I was like, well, I'm just going to Grizzly Grip over it. It is certainly not the end of the world. This thing looks really good. It's drying at separate times. That's why it kind of looks like it's not even. Part of it's still wet. Over here, I bondoed this and sanded it really good, but then on the day that I started the Grizzly Grip, the thinnest layer here kind of was pulling up, so we had to cut it and then try to sand it again. So that came out, you know, with a little bit more of an edge than in other places, but still thrilled and happy. So next up is putting the new seal on, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait several days for this to dry real good. Grizzly Grip did send me 9 quarts because that is what I needed, but I only used 8 total, and that was with 3 coats. Now maybe it was the rollers I used, rolled it out a little thinner than if I had used a different kind of roller. So I'm not exactly sure, but used it pretty much all up. Really happy with it. And I sure hope it holds up for a very long time, because this was a project. And not a cheap one either. I think I spent about $500 total. So the Grizzly Grip after shipping came out to $320. There was like $63 in shipping costs. And then my new seal is $170 from ColemanPopUpParts.com. And then of course I had to get my rollers and things like that. So I spent a little over $500. But for what you're getting here, and as long as if it does hold up for many, many years, it's money well spent. So anyway, y'all, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all good luck in your projects. Now I really want to do something with this storage box, but that is another project for another time. All right, take care. For the seal, I just followed the instructions in the video from Pop-Up Camper Pro. I'll include a link to that in the description. Hope this was helpful. Bye.